Hey fam, what up, what up, what up? This is my first time on YouTube. Just want to welcome everybody. As you log on, please make sure that you give me those thumbs up, so hearts, whatever we can do on YouTube. I would appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as I get into the seven things ADOS warriors should never do. As you log on, please say hello. Comments if you can do that. I'm not sure exactly what you can do on YouTube, but I am glad to be here. So, with that being said, of course, in just a little while, Yvette will be on at 8:40 ish, and so we're definitely looking forward to that. Let me get right into the training for tonight. So, seven things an ADOS warrior should never ever do. Number one is make everything about oppression. My wife sometimes says I ruin things for her. She says, oh my God, can I just enjoy the movie? Can I just enjoy, the program? And I tell you, it's easy to do because when you know so much, you have the knowledge. It's easy to see things on TV and say, oh yeah, I see why they picked that character. I see why they did that. It's like, oh, just let me enjoy the thing. So one of the things that we have to do as ADOS warriors is, especially if we have family members that are not, I won't say it's conscious, that sounds a little bit condescending, as much into the movement as we are, and even if they are, we can't make everything about oppression. We can't make everything about, the white supremacy and this, that, and other. Sometimes we just have to take a step back and just enjoy the moment and be there with the family. So one is we can't make everything about oppression because then we just become that person that you don't want to be around. Thank you, Joseph, for subscribing. I appreciate that. Number two, we can't focus only on the movement all the time. And that's hard for me because I'm like 24/7 ADOS. You know me. You'll see me sometimes. I'm 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, liking stuff, sharing stuff. So that's one is a challenge for me. But I have to have time to spend with my wife. I have to have time to decompress, to just really just relax and chill, and self-care. And I want to make sure that each of you do that as well. Make sure you have time when you're just taking care of yourself. So that's number two. Number three is argue about everything. Everything does not have to be an argument. Everything does not have to be this battle of good versus evil. It's so easy though. It's so easy, like I said, when you're ADOS, when you see things and you know that they should not be the way that they are. It's real easy to get trapped, and it's real easy to start arguing about every little thing. But once again, that just makes life miserable. You become miserable. You become that person that nobody wants to be around because guess what? They're going to start arguing about something. So number three, don't argue about everything. Save it. Save yourself. This is what they say. Is this the hill you want to die on? No, it really isn't. Okay, so that's number three. Number four, and this is really going to help you on Facebook. At some point, you have to agree to disagree. You can be going back and forth with a person. Me, it's usually about 2 or 3 conversations going back and forth. I usually don't do much more than that. But at some point, you're not going to convince them. They're probably not going to convince you. At some point, you have to agree to disagree. So that's so you have to make sure that you always leave that option on the table. Number five, and this is really, really, really hard sometimes, especially when they're coming at you fast and furious. They're saying everything. They're calling you everything but a child of God. They're just really coming at you. Never personally attack anybody. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not even about being the bigger person. What it's about is you want to make sure that you stay on the facts. You want to make sure that you stay centered and you're talking ideas and you're not personally attacking people, because when you do that, at that point, it just becomes a downhill cycle and it's just not productive for anybody. And now we're just going at each other. So don't ever personally attack anybody. That's number five. Number six, don't take it personally. You know what? We're gonna agree to disagree with people. There are some things that people are gonna say, but we can't take things personally. We can't take things personally. People have their own ideas about how things should run. We have our own ideas about how things should go, but we can't take it personally. It's not personal. So I think if we do that, if we don't do that, then that helps us just stay with the data, stay with the facts, and life will be so much easier and better for us. Okay. And the last thing is, don't forget to smile. I talked about this in another one of my other videos. There's something magical about smiling. And we see enough death and destruction and poverty, especially in the ADOS community, that it can be really, really depressing. At some point, we just have to smile. We just have to say, you know what, man, I'm just going to have to smile through some things. And smiling just releases those good vibrations in you, just makes you feel better, and you'll feel yourself just being lifted up. So let me recap real quickly. If that kind of helped you out, if that was of some value to you, make sure you click the like button. Make sure you click the subscribe button. Also, make sure that before I do the recap, I'm going to do the recap. Don't worry. I'm going to get to it. Make sure that you go to hr40petition.com and sign our petition for reparations if you haven't done so. And if you already have, make sure that you share it with others so that they can do that as well. So in recapping, 7 things ADOS Waters should never do. 1, make everything about oppression. 2, focus only on the movement. 3, argue about everything. Everything's not to fight. 4, never agree to disagree. So you always have this back and forth. Sometimes you do have to agree to disagree. 5, never personally attack anybody. 6, don't take everything personally. And 7, don't forget to smile. Have fun. Take care of yourself. And remember, we're in this for the long haul. This is an incredible movement. And I know that, I know that we're going to be successful in the end. And I'm so happy to be taking that journey with you. Well, all right. Remember, subscribe, thumbs up, hearts, all that good stuff, comments, all that. And I will see you in a little bit. See you over at Yvette's in just about, I'd say about 22 minutes. Have a great evening, everybody. Bye-bye.